quality of the OnePlus 6T is actually amazing. The mirror black version is definitely the more fingerprinty one. It feels nice, obviously it feels good, but it's kind of pointless because even though they might make it look like a mirror or add glass in behind, there's no wireless charging as such. There's no wireless charging supported, so there's no real necessity for it. There's a lot of fingerprints on it in general, so I don't really like that version that much. I prefer the matte black version, the midnight black version of the phone. And I have the 8GB, 128GB midnight black or the matte black model with me, and it actually goes pretty well because I love the finish. I love the finish of the matte black model in general. Feels good. They have this design by OnePlus in the bottom, and the alert slider. Obviously you can't talk about the build quality without talking about the alert slider. Unlock your phone when you want to switch between silent, ringer and say priority only, then it's actually pretty convenient. It's something that I used a lot of times in the entire day. I used it a lot in my OnePlus 3, the 5T and fingerprint reader obviously, and it is amazing. It unlocks supremely fast. It's a really good fingerprint reader to use. OnePlus has always been known for its fast fingerprint readers. As you've already seen in the intro, I had a OnePlus 3. That was my first proper flagship smartphone, and it was it had an amazing fingerprint reader. It does the job as of now in 0.38 seconds, which is still darn fast. The issues are with the in-display fingerprint reader is that the phone goes on maximum brightness every single time you use it. So what happens is when you're using it in the night or when you're using it on your bed, then it might just go really up against your eyes, and that might really hurt your eyes all the time. But there's a way past it. So say your phone's brightness is down, so say the OnePlus 3's brightness is down, and if you press the lock button and then you choose to use the fingerprint reader, then in that case it will not brighten up. The screen does not brighten up actually. It's just that the fingerprint reader's area brightens up, which is actually a small part, and that is covered by a finger, right? So it will not really hurt your eyes that much. Whilst if you use your phone if you want to unlock it when it detects motion or when it is in such a state, then at that time the entire phone will light up, right? So that is a small issue when it comes to the in-display fingerprint reader, but otherwise it is amazing. So the notch is one of the best notches that I've ever seen on a phone. It is elegant, it looks simple, it's plain simple, it doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't take up any unnecessary space as such. I mean, it's not like a face on your phone, it's not a huge bar on your phone which almost makes the notch pointless. It's a small water drop. It looks really nice. It looks really elegant. It's not like the Essential phone either, which was completely straight lines. I mean, it looked good. It looked simple, but at the same time, it was kind of really sharp. I mean, if you're watching a video and you zoom in to fill, then it's not like you're missing out on a major part of it as such. If there are games which are not calibrated to the notch or which are not programmed for the notch, then it's not like you're missing out on a lot of screen area as such. So yeah, it feels really good to have such a notch on this phone. I in general hate notches, and to have this, it's actually an improvement, a major improvement. Plus, there's a very easy way to hide it from the software of the phones, from the settings of the phones itself. So just the way OnePlus gives a very easy way to hide the notch via their software, Oxygen OS in general is also a very light, very nice skin on Android. I mean, the features that you get via the alert slider and the small tweaks and twerks of Oxygen OS really make the phone easy to use, the gestures, camera settings and all of that. Now with Oxygen OS, it really becomes easy for you to charge your phone as well, because it does not consume that much battery, and thus it goes on for that much longer, right? So they have a 3700 mAh battery, and OnePlus with its dash charging, its fast charging, it's able to charge from 0 to 91% when the phone's switched off, completely switched off, from 0 to 91% in about an hour. and 1 hour 20 minutes or 1 hour 22 minutes or so, the phone reaches 100% charge. And that 100% charge for any average everyday person, it's more than enough to go on for about a day. 7 hours of screen on time easily. Now, when it comes to the headphone jack, should they have removed it? Should they not have removed it? It was a very debatable move, to be honest, but it's towards the end of 2018. All the major manufacturers have already removed the headphone jack, and some of them haven't. But at the same time, it seems like it was about time. Removal of the headphone jack right now kind of didn't make sense because, perhaps it reduced the price of the phone, the manufacturing cost of the phone. Obviously, it helped them increase the battery life of the phone, right? So that in general helps the phone's worth or the economic value of the phone or how much you get out of it. And we saw that coming. It was eventually going to happen. And with the removal of the headphone jack and the 6T, earlier they always used to have it either here or on the side in all the OnePlus phones. They've been able to add 2 bottom speakers. And the speakers are good, they're decent. They can't really fill up an entire room completely with a lot of sound. They can, a small room perhaps, not really a hall. But at the same time, they're bottom speakers, and I don't really like bottom speakers. Next comes gaming, and gaming on the OnePlus 6T is something that I find is an amazing experience, to be honest. I have gameplays of 2 games with me, Players Unknown Battlegrounds and Critical Ops, PUBG and Critical Ops. And in both the games, I noticed that the frame rates hardly ever dropped. Although there was this one small issue that since the screen of the phone is, curved at the edges, some really small, obviously really small parts of the gameplay, like the frame rate display on Critical Ops, was actually cut out whilst gaming, and the controls really came closer to the screens, and so I had to adjust them accordingly. So that feels a little bit weird, but at the same time, everything else on the phone is absolutely perfect when it comes to gaming. The cameras are the same on specs from the OnePlus 6, and I have a few camera samples in front of you, camera picture samples in front of you, and they can shoot decent photos. I mean, I've used the Google Pixel 2 XL and the camera on that. I've used the OnePlus 5T and the camera on that, and I have my own DSLR, and I would rather use the Google Pixel 2 XL's camera and definitely the 3XL's camera or the iPhone 10's camera than this. So the next thing being the overalls of the phone, and overall this is an amazing device. From the in-display fingerprint reader to face unlock to the notch to the increased battery capabilities to Oxygen OS to a decently good camera to decently good speakers to an amazing gaming experience, the OnePlus 6T is actually a fully packaged, well-made phone. And everything about the phone, there's nothing really to dislike for me. I mean, there's nothing that I do not like on the OnePlus 6T. It's either tolerable or amazing, and that's pretty good actually. Makes me feel good to have this phone, to own this phone, to use this phone on a daily, regular basis. Really recommend this phone for every single person out there. And when it comes to the longevity of the phone, with the 8GB RAM, the amount of storage that they give you, 128GB or 256GB, I do really expect it to last anywhere between 2.5 years for any average everyday consumer who uses perhaps Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram on a regular basis, games up a little bit, takes a lot of photos. Should you upgrade from OnePlus 6 or 5T to OnePlus 6T? Now, I wouldn't really recommend that, and the reason why I wouldn't really recommend that actually goes back to OnePlus's launch event itself. They asked one of the representatives of Qualcomm to come up and speak on the stage, and there it was pretty obvious when the representative of Qualcomm said that 5G is coming and OnePlus is coming with 5G in the very near future. So we can really expect the OnePlus 7, which comes out, say, in April, May, around that time. We can really expect the OnePlus 7 to actually have 5G in it. And again, it depends upon where you live and how soon will you be getting 5G network in your place, in your say country. If you're using OnePlus 6 right now, it's simply 6 to 7 months old. And if you're using the OnePlus 5T, it's hardly a year or so old. And a Snapdragon 845, a Snapdragon 835, minimum 6 GB of RAM, and a decently amazing battery life, and pretty similar cameras on the OnePlus 6 and the OnePlus 6T. It doesn't make sense to really upgrade right now. To be honest, the only different thing would perhaps be the notch and I guess the headphone jack and the in-display fingerprint reader. And as good as the reason as they are to buy this phone in general, are they good enough a reason for you to upgrade the phone? I don't really think so. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Definitely would love to hear your thoughts. Along with that, guys, I'm really just starting off with YouTube right now. This is my first proper video of the OnePlus 6T. I really wanted to start off with this because I really loved my OnePlus 3 to begin with. And I would love to know your opinion on it. Please do like, share and subscribe, as I'm just starting off. Every single bit of that helps. It helps a lot. Do share the video with any one of your friends who might be interested in buying the OnePlus 6T or might be interested in tech in general. Stay tuned for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.